Hello everybody, this is Anna, also known as Anna Knitter on Ravelry, and on the screen you can see where you else can find me in the internet if you want to follow me around or contact me. So the last podcast is about 2 months ago, so long time no see, and for a good reason, because I started a new job and I moved houses. But if you want to know about all these things in my life, you have to wait until the end of this episode, because I don't think that everyone is interested in that. So let's try to make this as a normal podcast episode. This is a podcast about knitting and crocheting, and today it's about one crochet project and some purchases and make-alongs and blathering at the end of this episode. So there are 2 make-alongs going in our Ravelry group. The one is the Year of Ornaments. Through the whole year of 2018, you can create with whatever technique, knitting, crocheting, paper crafting, whatever, ornaments. You can make all the ornaments, and they can be for Christmas or Easter or whatever feast you would like to create ornaments for, and you can post it in our make-along thread in our Ravelry group. Yeah, Anna Knitter Podcast Ravelry group, and there you have a lot of inspiration already. Many projects have been entered there, and that's awesome. The second make-along, also a year-long make-along, I pronounce make-along because it's not only a knit-along, is, I have to check my notes, I'm sorry, is the treasure chest along. The treasure chest is about crafting for other people, so you can only enter stuff you want to give away as a present for Christmas, for birthday, for anniversary or whatever. You don't have to keep everything in your chest, in your treasure chest, until Christmas or until the end of the year. No, you don't have to do that. It's just I like the name treasure chests so much. Yeah, put all your crafted, handmade presents there in the Ravelry thread for that make-along. And for both make-alongs, I will draw a winner at the end of the year, and you will get, I think, a voucher, because I can't really ship physical prizes anymore because Austrian Post is horrible. Many packages have gotten lost, whatever. I'm sorry. And also packages which were on their way to me. So that's a little bit sad. So I decided to give away only digital prizes. So these were our make-alongs. So I can't really remember on which projects I have worked in the last 2 months. I know that I didn't do a lot, because here in Austria we have had the hottest summer ever, really, a record summer, and I really wasn't feeling crafty, not at all. I colored a lot, and you can see what I have colored on Instagram. I was pretty active on Instagram during the summer, but I wasn't really feeling touching wool or fiber for any means. But I have worked a little bit on my Christmas afghan, and it's pretty big already. So here you can see the colors. So I try. So this is this is already the length. And the width, I hate the word, you know. Oh no, baby. By the way, the white dog his name is Benny, and he is a West Highland White Terrier, and it's my dog. The width is about 150 centimeter. I have folded it several times because it's too big for the screen. I really like that project. So this is the Cozy Stripe Blanket. It's a pattern by Attic24. It's a free pattern, and it's very easy because you only do you only do double crochets. So you do 2 stripes of granny stripes and 2 stripes of, I think it's double crochets. Yeah, double crochet. I have used 5 colors. I wanted to use an odd number because in that way the color, how can I explain it? I explained it once, but I have forgotten how I told you. So in that way the patterning patterns every 10th row and not every 5th row. You know what I mean? So here we have white double crochets, and the next time I use white is in granny stripes, and that means it mixes up more often. I hope that made sense. Okay, yeah, it's very easy, it's fun. I am crocheting this out of 100% acrylic yarn. I told you in my last episode that I have converted to a non-yarn snob. That means I also want to use the plastic yarns in the future, in addition to the hand-dyed yarns or luxury fiber contents. Because I think for an Afghan it's enough. You don't have to have an Afghan made from cashmere or super fine merino yarns. On the one hand it's very expensive, and on the other hand also it's not practical. I want to be able to throw it in the washing machine without being in fear that color is bleeding through or it could shrink or felt or something. So yeah, I also like the cheaper yarns now. And this is DK weight. Please don't ask me how many stitches I cast on. You can find it on the website from Attic24. It's a very, very good pattern. It's free. She explains everything, every step with pictures and written out instructions, so you can't do anything wrong, really. And I love this because it's Christmas. It's so awesome, and I love to crochet blankets. It's not at the moment, since a few months now, I do enjoy crocheting much more than knitting, and I think it's because my crochet projects are very, very mindless, and I have quick process because of thicker yarns and because crocheting is so much faster than knitting. Yeah, I think that's the reason. So this is for now my only project I'm working on. So now we come to purchases. Maybe you know that I really enjoy the yarn by Gnome Acres, and maybe you know that Gnome Acres closed their shop, and when I heard that, I panic ordered some colorways I have always wanted to have, or I just find I need them now. Yeah, and that was in June, I think, because they closed at the end of June, or I think you should see how Benny is laying on my lap now. I try to flip the camera. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's start with my Gnome Acres panic orders. The first one is on House Gnome, and it's called Lettuce. I bought this because, okay, I'm not the biggest soccer fan, but I enjoy to watch sometimes a soccer game. And my boyfriend is... So there are 2 Viennese soccer clubs, and my boyfriend's favorite soccer club has the colors green and white. And we went to the stadium once already. So it's called Rapid Wien, so Rapid Vienna in English, and they are green and white. And that's Lettuce. Okay, the next one I always wanted to have is on Sparkle Gnome. That's his favorite place on the couch. It's on Sparkle Gnome and it's called Gnome of the Lake. I really like that. It reminds me of the sea. The next one is an Harry Potter colorway. I love the colorways and she's my favorite Harry Potter character and I have always identified with her because she's she's a nerd and I'm too. It's Hermione. Isn't that awesome? I think it's her hair color and this one pullover she's wearing in the movie very often. In my opinion, that's what I see when I see this skein of yarn. Lovey Dovey on House Gnome, I think. Let me check. No, it's Bungalow Gnome. I have never tried Bungalow Gnome. So it's blue-faced Leicester and nylon. I think Lovey Dovey is a Valentine's Day colorway. And the last one, I love to drink it. It's on Fancy Gnome, so ultra soft, and it's Christmas. Eggnog. I love eggnog. I really like these natural colors. And I like to drink eggnog. I love it. I love it. It's not so easy to get here on the Christmas markets because normally you drink, read the screen. I don't know how it's called in English. It's made of wine and spices and red wine, mostly red wine and spices. But it's nice, yes, but I prefer eggnog. I love that. So yes, now I have it in a skein. Awesome! So now that was already everything fiber content related. If you are not interested in the news of my private life, I can totally understand that, and I would say we will see each other, I don't know when, maybe in 2 weeks. And for those who stay and stick with me, yes, maybe you have seen it already via Instagram. I have started to work again. So I paused for 2 years because of my thesis. I haven't finished my thesis yet. I still have to write because 2 years are not enough for a thesis, not in theology. So, but I started working again with the beginning of September, and I work as a teacher at a primary school, and I teach Roman Catholic religion, and it's nearly full-time, so I have a lot to do now. I have to learn many names because I think I have about 200 students, maybe about 200 students. So then the many new teachers, for me new teachers, I have to learn the names, and yeah, getting back into the routine, getting up very early. So I'm at the second week now working, and I have to awake about 5:15 a.m. at the latest 5:30. And that's very early after 2 years of getting up whenever you want. Yeah, I don't sleep very long in the mornings, usually neither at the weekends. But yes, it's a difference between awaking 5:30 and laying in bed 2 hours, or getting up for work right away after the clock has the alarm went off. Yeah, but I really enjoy to work again. I feel better as a working person. I was working the last 2 years, but not society like, you know. The society doesn't understand that writing a thesis is work, and it's not the same like going to work every day and getting money for that. It's not the same, really. And that's one reason why I really enjoy to work again. And I love to be a teacher. I really love to teach my students. I like my students. The age, so 6 to 10 years old, is very, very nice. We play together, we craft together and sing and learn together. And I really like that. And I like my new school very much. I am so, so lucky. First of all, I'm lucky because I have all my lessons at one school. That is not normal as a teacher in religion, because most schools don't have so many classes and so many Roman Catholic students that you can get as many lessons in one school as you need to live from that. So that's one reason why I'm very lucky. The next reason is my colleagues are so nice, so friendly and helpful. I have never experienced friendliness and helpfulness at that stage. Really, I haven't. I have worked on at two different schools yet, and it was okay. Yeah, it was nice. Back then I thought that was awesome, but now I know that was only nice, because at my school now it's awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah, the school itself is very pretty and very, very high standard. The classrooms have a beamer, a computer. The school has its own server. All these technique things, you know. It makes working so much easier, and you can make so much more stuff with your students. It's awesome. And the village where I work is so pretty. It's so nice. You have I don't think that it's called, no, I think it's called vineyards. So it's a village where farmers produce wine. So you have a lot of vineyards. I hope that was the right word for that. And so the landscape is awesome pretty, and yeah, I enjoy it very much. So there is no reason to complain. It's just awesome. And the dog is so tired because he has to get up very early now also. So yeah. And the next big thing which has changed, you maybe can't see because the scenery hasn't really changed for you. But I have moved from Lower Austria to Vienna. My boyfriend and I, we are living together in his flat now. And yeah, I moved last weekend. So in the first week of school, so silly and crazy, but we have managed everything. No problems. There are still a lot of boxes filled with stuff, but all my working supplies and my hobby supplies are out of the boxes in shelves and cupboards, so I can live and life can go on, yes. So I never thought that I would move to Vienna, because Vienna is a big city. So for Austria, it's a big city. I think we have, no, now I don't know. In German we say million, and I think million in English is billion. But I don't want to get that out wrong, so I will write the number of inhabitants of Vienna on the screen because that confuses me always. So it's a big city. It's harder to drive with the car, and my drive in the morning to work is a little bit more complicated, more traffic. And for me, I enjoy to drive my car, but I don't enjoy city traffic. It makes me nervous. It's yeah. I don't know, it's too much for me often. So I think I need 1 or 2 more weeks to get used to my drive to school and back home. But I like this district of Vienna where I live. It's a very green district, so it's not so city-like. It's city-like, but we have trees here, and we are very close to the Vienna woods. So yeah, I can go for nicer walks with Benny on the weekends or on the evenings. I think in a month or so, because now I'm very tired when I'm coming home, so we only make short rounds around the block. So that's nice. It's so nice that I can see my boyfriend now every day, because before I have moved to Vienna, we only were able to see each other on the weekends, and I had to drive every weekend, and that wasn't so nice, and so few time together. So now we can see each other every day. It's much easier, and it's just a step forward in our relationship. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome. And now I have to explore Vienna a little bit for me. I mean, I know Vienna already very well because I'm living in Lower Austria since 2009, and I have been to Vienna very often, you know, in the spare time, also for work. I have worked in Vienna 1 year, but in another district. So I know Vienna, but I don't know yet how it is to live in Vienna, you know. It's a different thing. So where is the best cafe? No, you say cafe or cafe? I think cafe. So where's the best coffee shop? And where can I go to a restaurant, or, you know, these everyday life stuff, which is nice. Yeah, so that's awesome. I have my own room here in our flat. I have to get used to say our flat, not his flat. I have my own room, so I have a working space and my chill out space where I'm now, my couch. And I have, yeah, everything has changed now. My life is very, very different than 2 months ago. But I think it's better. Yeah, I think my lifestyle quality increased a lot. But yes, I don't know how much time I will have the next days or weeks for crafting, because really I'm very exhausted. The first weeks of the school year are always very intense, work intense. You know, many lists and getting used to everything and preparing a lot and meetings and all that stuff. But I think after I dove into the routine, into the everyday life of working and living here, I can go back into our weekly or bi-weekly routine. So I hope you are not disappointed that this episode is a little bit shorter and doesn't have so much fiber content, but so many people reached out to me and were asking, are you okay? I'm praying for you. I'm worrying where you are and everything. So I thought it's time to inform you all and to get back into podcasting, because fall has started, not officially, but in my feelings fall has started, and that means I want to podcast again. I want to craft again. So thank you so much for staying with me, although you haven't heard from me for a long time now. And I hope we will see each other very, very soon. Bye bye.